Fun.
Sure.
I love Lucy. Lucy! Good morning. It's Friday. What are we talking about?
Are you sure it's Friday?
Oh, yeah, definitely. How to break the habit of being you and let it go. Oh, my goodness. This is
Let
a
it
word
go.
that I would make me more angry. I would be like, and then I would get this like anxiety feeling and like, if I let this go, it's going to keep happening.
Now you got to keep your head forward because then your little crown moves around or your little bow.
Rita and Tammy, we're your brain trainers. I can't move it. And we want to talk about letting it go because of how powerful this is to your brain and what's going on inside. Because you know what I was doing? I was running that hamster wheel. I would think, I have to think this out so I can figure it. I have to think about it so I can figure it out, so I can work it over, so I can be hyper vigilant, so I can always notice it. Woo! Why would I always want to know something that's stressful, Rita? Why would I always want to notice that?
Well, thank God for that part of our brain that wants us to survive. I mean, we are a species of surviving. Like that is Definitely. Our number one quest. So thank God for that, or thank our body, mind, brain, whatever, that we have that. But also, and we have a conscious awareness that we can take the reins. You take the reins of the horse, you're in control. You jump into the driver's seat, you're driving your own bus, your own car. So we as brain trainers know that you can start driving your own bus, that you can rein in that fear part, that anxiety part, and be with it and rewrite it, update it, because it has that from past memory, from past traumas, from past childhood experiences. But we're 50 now. We don't need to have a little anxiety. We're like big adult women. We're not these little girls or little boys anymore that are looking at our parents as the authority. Yeah. Right. So what happens is from 0 to 7 to 12, we're just taking in information. We're not taking things away. We're just adding. So by the time we're like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, we're starting like going, wait a minute. This is not true. This is not right. That's your problem, not my problem. And as growing up as children, we want to be our own identity. We want to have our own authenticity, but we live in a culture, in a environment. We live with our parents, and we got to fit in, because if we don't fit in, then we will not survive, right? That's
or be in big trouble.
Or be in big trouble.
And really, if you think about anxiety, so for those of you that have anxiety, panic attacks and things like that, how much of that feels the same as it felt when you were the little child wondering if mom and dad were going to get mad about something? Did you do it wrong? Are they going to walk in and be upset? Because we couldn't control it. We couldn't manage it. And so now we get to have that same feeling because that's a pattern. And this is just, for truth seekers, for people that love truth and you're wanting self-empowerment, self-improvement. This is gold right here. Because there is nothing that can give you more insight than to realize that your brain just loves patterns. It's going to repeat for you what you do and what you practice. So if I want more anxiety, then I should keep overthinking. If I want more anger, then I should keep being angry, because the brain will this is, when people say my brain has a mind of its own, of course it does, because that's what's keeping you alive. It also loves patterns. So you can have, and in any pattern you have, you're successful at that pattern. It's doing it for you. Right. Yeah. And so do we want to be successful at anxiety, or do we want to be successful at letting it go? And if we want to be successful at letting it go, what do we need to do, Rita?
Well, there's several different ways. I think the best way is just to follow the stop stress technique down below. Print it out, put it on your wallpaper, put it as the wallpaper, put it on your refrigerator door, in your bathroom, in your car, because what you're doing every time you're doing that activity, every time you're doing that technique, you're reining in, you're sitting in the driver's seat, you're taking over, you're being conscious, you're being aware. And it's going to be a moment to moment thing until you, and like, just is how, when you first learn how to tie your shoe, or when you first learn how to drive your own car, it took a while for you to get used to the, where you're at, your spacing, your surrounding. Okay, when do I do this? How do I do that? Until your brain learned the pattern, and then you forgot all about it. Now you wake up, you go to work, and you're like, how did I get here?
You're unconsciously
competent,
unconsciously superior at it. Okay, so what would you like to be unconsciously superior at? Inner peace, joy, happiness, love, right? If you want to be unconsciously competent about those things, then the stop technique is going to work. It's going to feel like miracles in your life.
Yes. And I do want to say is that wherever you are, like if you, at whatever level you are in the opportunity to take control of your life again, that it'll work. Like you say, I can't be happy. That's fine. Do the technique. So, because you have layers of protection.
Yes.
That has kept you safe. So some of us are like, fuck that. How am I going to let it go? That's BS. They don't know how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. That's right. We don't. But if you keep doing that technique over and over and focusing on something good, then going back and then good, it's the good, bad collapse. So if you keep doing that, you will get shifts and changes. Your brain is plastic. Neuroscience is out. The science is out that you can change your mind. You can change your life.
Yes, super powerful stuff. I love this. So to break the habit of being yourself, if you are anxious and if you are having panic attacks, if you are having things, anger or rage or things in your life that you no longer want and you want to let go, you desire a different, I didn't want to let go, but you do want to let go when you're in your normal mind, not when you're in your angry mind. And you want to let go, then we need to interrupt that pattern. So imagine if you had a puzzle and it's all put together. And if you want to put the puzzle back together, you need to break it apart, right? So if there's a pattern in your brain, interrupt it, break up those little pieces and put it together the way you want. You want peace, you want love, you want joy. Then you can start to practice that and create a pattern for that.
Awesome. And I like saying the best way to learn how to swim is to learn how to swim before you're drowning, right? Yes. Is that how I say it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So start taking control on little things. Like if you want to get up in the morning and you're fighting yourself, do the technique. If you're in the bathroom and you're overthinking, do the technique. If you're brushing your teeth and you're going somewhere, like bring yourself back, do the technique, say, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm right here, I'm brushing my teeth. Because your brain has a pattern and that it goes to worry about the office employee and the staff and the cleaning lady didn't do that and the nanny's gonna whatever it is.
Yeah, you're either living in the past or the future if you're not right there in the present. And either way, those things you can interrupt. Yeah.
Interrupt.
Yeah. Right. And practice it, right? Practice it before there's a high emotion. So what it means to learn how to swim before you're drowning is like, don't wait until it's the worst event in your life to try this.
Right. Even though it helps, even though it helps on the heat of the moment, it totally helps.
It does.
But don't wait to do that. Start building the muscle.
Right. You want the muscle there, because for me, what was happening was I would go from 0 to 10 and then I'll be like, I'm not going to let this go. Like now you're in a state where the strength of the not wanting to let it go is way overpowering the good feeling of peace that you'll get. So yeah, if you practice it and get it before it gets so high, you're like, I'm not doing that.
Right. And even okay, let's say you're in that place where you're like, I am not going to let this go. I deserve to be pissed off. I deserve to be righteous. They literally, truly, that's fine. Keep it. You can have it and still do the technique. Yes. Right. You can still do it. You can keep it and have it and you can tap that back in. But what's happening is your body is not going into stress mode. It's not going into anxiety mode. Your thought is having it, and you can interrupt it, and it has to be higher than the pissed offness. Okay. It has to be higher than the upset. So if you're really upset, I mean, I like doing squats. I like singing happy birthday to myself as I'm doing the technique. I like looking out into the sky and looking around, letting my eyeballs know that I'm not in a stress-ridden environment.
Right.
So just keep practicing, keep doing it. Persistence is the key. Persistence is going to be your saving grace.
Totally. And, your body believes that you're in imminent danger. That's why it's reacting this way. And you're not usually. I mean, if you are, then get out of there, right? But you're not. So we don't want to put our physical body through that. You're in imminent danger. You're in imminent danger. You're in imminent all day long. Yeah. It creates a pattern in the brain that stress, right? So the number one thing that's stopping you from hitting your goals and being yourself and enjoying your life is stress. This will work. And we want to help you break the habit of being yourself so that you can become everything you've ever dreamed and hoped to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Guys, there is an opportunity for you to be a demo. If you want to be a demo with us, we're doing some free live classes. And and if you want to be the demo on these free live classes, you can fill out the form and we will contact you and give you some dates and times and work on a memory for you. So.
Awesome. Well, like, share, subscribe, and be sure to click the notification so you know when we go live next time. If you have questions, please post them below. We'd love to answer them as well.